Hi and welcome back to a new video. Today we are talking about soldering, but this is not a step-by-step guide or advice from me to you. This is me trying to learn how to solder without having any experience in the area of soldering. I've never done anything like it or anything adjacent, I suppose. I haven't read anything about soldering, and I haven't watched any videos or guides on it. I bought a little project and I bought a soldering iron, and I think we will just try it together and see if I can figure it out or if I'm going to fail. Yeah, I guess that's this video. Just a quick little overview on everything that I got. Of course, a soldering iron. It came with one tip already basically pre-installed. I also bought a bunch of extra tips just in case I would need them. And then of course I got my little project here, which should be something like an old school arcade Game Boy handheld console. And it comes with all of the things you need to build it, including this PCB. As you can see, this is my manual here. They give you a nice little advice for how to solder properly, and then it's a little step-by-step basically to make sure you know what you're doing, double-sided. Here's a schematic for those that are interested, and in the end it should be able to play games just like this. Granted that I do have these batteries at home, which I might have forgotten, so fingers crossed. You may ask yourself, but why? And honestly, great question. I wish I had a good answer for you. I'm not sure I do, but let me try to explain. For the longest time, I've been building my own PCs. I'm quite tech savvy when it comes to anything related to my stream setup, to tech setups in general, and all of that stuff. But I never needed to solder for anything really, and my newest thing that I do want to do is build a custom keyboard. Because while I love my keyboard, it is slowly dying on me, and I figured it would be a fun little project to just make my own. But in order to do that, I'll use a hot swappable, but then I will still have to solder something. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. I had an energy drink. But either I'll use a hot swappable with like a display that will need to be soldered and so on, or I'll have to solder all of the keys themselves. And I figured it would be a good start to just get like a kids/teen project on the interwebs and see if I can learn doing that. I do have ADHD, and it makes me believe that I can do whatever I want if I just put time and effort into it, and there's a YouTube video on it. But I thought it would be more fun if I just try to figure it out on my own, and you can see how my brain works, which is probably fun sometimes. So yeah, this is the explanation for why we're learning to solder. I do think it's just a fun little skill, and I figured why not, since it is rather small and easy to store away. The real thing I would really like is a 3D printer, but I cannot find space for it as of right now, so maybe that's something for whenever I actually get to move and have a bigger apartment. But for now, soldering will have to do, and we'll see what we can do with it. Unfortunately, I will have to turn on this light so this camera can see this desk clearly. If you have any ideas on where to put this light instead so it doesn't ruin this camera shot, do let me know. Unfortunately, all of my desk is here, so it's a bit hard to manage, and there's a wall there. But yeah, since you'll mostly be watching here, hopefully it all works out and it's fine that way. So let's put her hair up, and then I believe we can start, and that should be fun. I started out by putting the little pins through the holes, and then unfortunately I kind of forgot about the solder, but don't worry, I realized, I'm so sorry, but I figured it out. And I got back on track, so just a small little oopsie that happened right there, but I moved on, got my solder ready, and scoffed at myself just a little bit before I produced my very first solder. This is my very first solder. I didn't really know what I was doing, but it worked. I hope you are all very proud of me. Okay guys, number 2, now we know how it works.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead!
Okay you guys, you know what? I know it's my own fault, but I just realized I have to solder every single one of these pins. Do you know how much that is? Do you know how long it took me to make these 6 really ugly solders? I'm going to be here forever. Oh no. Look at all those little pins. Wowee. I think I am getting much better at this. I hope you agree. Let me know in the comments down below if you expected me to do worse or better than this. I'm curious. Gremlin posture? I just got done installing these little buttons here, and they were actually pretty difficult because they are slanted, I suppose, into like claw-like positions, and so I had to use more material to fill the gap. Or maybe I should have bent them down, but I didn't think of that before. So I just used more material, and it's always a little bit messy when I start using more. So hopefully they work. I'm still a little bit upset about these guys, but hey, what can you do? That's how they look now. But it is starting to look like something, so I'm quite excited for that. Just a quick little update because I'm nearly done with the front side of it. I think it already looks pretty darn cool. If you want to just see for comparison how big it is, it's a lot of very tiny soldering pins. So obviously a great project if you just want to get a lot of practice. So for me, it's been great. The very first ones looked like shit, really. But the ones that I did after that, especially after this long, what is it called? The 40 IC socket. After that, I had a flow. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks now. Let's see if it actually turns on once we're done with everything. There's still a little bit more that I need to do, especially the electricity that needs to be wired on. But it does look like it could be something, so fingers crossed. Starting to get difficult. So I'm finished with everything that I had on the front side of the thing. So we have our buttons and all of that. But now they're asking me to do the electrics, and yeah, not my strong suit. Let's just say that much. And I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing, so should be fun. Ich bin ein bisschen haha. Is this right? Do I just cut it? This feels so wrong. Do I even have the strength? Okay. Zack. Okay. Yeah. So, one of these things is not like the other. I just broke a nail. Yes. Okay. Huh? Okay. Okay. Ma, no way. Daran! Don't think they should be trusting me with this. What if it dies? Red wire connect to the positive pin. That's this one. Huh? Oh no, red wire. Okay. Never mind. I can read. Okay. If this doesn't work, by the way, I'm not guilty. Moment of truth. I got my IKEA batteries, which I thankfully bought. let's see if I can fit them in. I'm very nervous about this. Can you see it? As you can see, this is incredibly loose. It just keeps flopping out. And that is worrying me because that's electricity, and I guess it should be stuck in here like all the other ones, but yeah, doesn't seem to be the case. Just a quick little pan before we start assembling it. I think some of them obviously don't look too great, but I would say the majority is pretty spot on for the first time soldering. I'm pretty proud of myself. And yeah, let's see if it powers on. I kind of don't want to touch it there. And squeeze you in. And now I guess we're supposed to flop out. Ooh, I don't think this will work out. My pins are in the way. I'm gonna shorten my pins first. But let's see if it turns on. Because it should, right? Oh, I'm scared. Oh no, I failed. It doesn't turn on. This is all connected. Well, that's incredibly sad. I was very proud. A couple hours later, I am done with the project, but unfortunately it doesn't turn on. And I am quite sad about that, as you can probably see. I know it's a bit silly, but I was very proud of how some of these at least looked. And I was obviously hoping for it to turn on. But yeah, that's how life is. It doesn't always work. And yeah, maybe I can figure out a way on how I can fix this, but I'm not so confident in it, to be honest. I have a very good friend that I sent a picture of the PCB, and I was like, is there anything you see that maybe is like fixable but wrong? And he asked a couple of things but couldn't find something, and then said, have you tried micro USB? I said, who has that at home? And I grabbed one and I turned it on and it works. Isn't that so cool? Look at it. Snake, race car, Space Invaders. It all works. I was so sad that it wasn't working, and now it does. Isn't that so sick? I made this. I'm so proud. Well, let me know in the comments down below what I should try the next time around. Or if you think I'm ready for a keyboard after all of this shocking back and forth. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider leaving a like and a subscription. It greatly helps my channel, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Bye!